कभी कभी ऐसे दिलों से लग है जाती आग भी, धुले धुले से आंचलों पे लग है जाते दाग भी, है वीरानों में बदलते देखे मन के बाग भी।
सपनों में श्रृंगार हो तो दिए जल उठते हैं, ख्वाहिशों के और शर्म के दिए जल उठते हैं। आजा पिया आजा तेरे ही लिए जलते दिए, बितानी तेरे साए में जिंदगानी बितानी तेरे साए में
ख्याल रहता है, हर किसी के दिल में एक लड़की का ख्याल रहता है। कोई कहता है कोई छुपाता है, हो कोई कहता है कोई छुपाता है, अजब हाल रहता है। सफर तन्हा तन्हा कब तलक, उम्र तन्हा तन्हा कब तलक, कभी तो आएगी वो दिलरुबा दिलरुबा दिलरुबा। किसी के दिल में एक लड़की का ख्याल रहता है।
Testing 1 2 3. Yes, we are on. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Chit Chat with Shanaz Ken here on a beautiful Monday evening.
मोहब्बत मोहब्बत करूंगा मोहब्बत, शरारत शरारत करूंगा शरारत, वो है मेरा सपना, वो है मेरी चाहत, हर घड़ी उसी का इंतजार अब है, मेरा दिल दीवाना
Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is there.
सर पे वो सेहरा बांध के आएगा, डोली बारात के साथ मिलाएगा, मुझको वो दुल्हन बना के ले जाएगा। हर किसी के दिल में एक लड़के का ख्याल रहता है।
हर किसी के दिल में एक लड़की का ख्याल रहता है, कोई कहता है कोई छुपाता है, ओ कोई कहता है कोई छुपा।
Seema Rohaman, how you doing? Auntie Nalini and Michael Naidu, thank you. Princess Zamin, good evening to you. Hey Mala Guberdandas, thank you very much for joining us. We have some fantastic song, but we also have a lot of headlines to cover. A lot of headlines to cover today. What's making headlines? Well, Ken, good night to you. How was your day?
Well, good night, Shanaz. Everything is all right for now. As you know, we are having a little problems here. I think we are hearing now. Are you guys hearing me tonight?
Volume.
Yes, you guys are hearing me. So it's a beautiful thing. Oh, it's.
Thanks to our technical crew backstage there. They're doing a fantastic job.
That's right. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Are you guys hearing me now? Let me know. Are you here? All right. I am on, ready, fired up, and ready to go. Welcome again to Chit Chat with Ken here in our studio on Island Zone Radio. A very pleasant good evening to you guys, and I do apologize for the little technical difficulties, but sometimes these things do happen when you're doing live radio here in New York.
That's right. So many things happening behind the scenes. We do have some videos with Mr. Omardath Maraj and Master Salim taken from our show last Saturday. So let's recap of our weekend. We had a fantastic time at our program. Chutney in the snow happened to be, we didn't have a lot of snow. We had some chutney though, and Ken was having a fantastic time. And that's what life should be about. Enjoy your friends and your company. Be mindful. Go out now and then and have yourself a good time.
That's right. I had fun. And, the first time I actually MC something, there was a lot of
Talking going on stage.
Music playing, but it was such an honor to be there, sharing the stage with you, Shanaz. I had fun, especially with my girl Kavita.
Oh,
I
yes.
love her performance. She has a good
Stage performance,
presence,
right.
And she can work her thing. So we were hoping to have her here tonight.
Well, it's our last night in New York City, so she has a few plans with friends and family, but she
Oh, that's beautiful. And also, Shanaz, I gotta say, Ravi B, he's a really outstanding performer. Wow, he worked that stage. I can tell you that. He's a powerhouse when it comes to the voice. And then our guy, Mr. Omardath, all the singers actually did a fantastic job there the other night. And there were so many people. And our friend, Mr. Testing, testing, one, two. You are listening to the Ken Rampersad the Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken here tonight. There's a lot of things going on here. We are going good now. I see Navin, check on.
These are the biggest collab. When we touch down, they won't play shallow. 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 When you see we Juve morning, all we do is chip, chip. Behind the truck Juve morning, we black and we green. All a girl inside a van, make she bend and stick, she job like we don't give a damn. We mad and we sick, sick. Juve money ringing bell, moving like we come from hell. We under a jab spell, so we playing jab until we dead. Jab away jump like fish, and know in it. When you see we Juve morning, just give us a piece to it. All a girl, if she walk.
It's time to chit chat with Shanaz and Ken. It seems like we have all our mics in order, not the ducks. Our mics are in order.
Just fall in line. Let me jab take a wine. Everybody afraid that we, cause you know we bad like that. Boom. When we touch down, they open shell up. 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 When you see we Juve morning, all we do is chip, chip. Behind the truck Juve morning, we black and we green, sick. All a girl inside a van, make she bend and stick, she job like we don't give a damn. We mad and we sick.
Auntie Nalini Naidu, good night to you. Mr. Naim, how you doing? The beautiful Roxanne Walker, Jashri Sarju, how you doing? Shanti, sing. Shanti, love to sing. Can you hear us now, Shanti? Auntie Nalini, thank you very much. Zamir, how you doing? Kelvin Eno, good night, good night. It's Monday night karaoke in Gemini Lounge. Who are going? Well, I know Shanti Singh will pass by because she loves to sing. Mr. Nelson, ready, good night to you. Bibi Fazila, how you doing? Ryan Prasad, Fawaka to you. The beautiful Sita Ramcharan, how you doing? Thank you guys for joining us on Island Zone Radio every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. It's Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. Maria Harris, thank you very much. And yes, we're continuing our topic from yesterday. You had a fantastic crew in here. Girly Prasad and Anthony.
Show here in New York. You want to talk a little bit about
That's right, Mr. Horace Sankar. You missed out a really good show. Heather Prasad, thank you very much. And if you guys love music, follow us on Facebook because guess what? Omardath Maraj rocked the stage with Ravi B and the entire Karma Band. When I introduced Karma Band, everybody was looking around to see who's coming up next. And then Ravi B was on fire. He rocked the stage.
That's right, that's right. And you know, and like I tell you, I was so in love with, what's her name again?
Kavita Ramkisoon, yeah. He was mesmerizing.
Yes, and she could move that body, and I like that. I like a singer, though, Shanaz, that just move a little bit and dance a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Stage performance.
That's right, and she did a good job in doing that, and Ravi B did an excellent job. And you know what I like about him? I've never met him, but the way that he sing his songs then is that, you know, he put so much effort and emphasis in singing his song, and you could tell with his emotion.
All the energy. He brought that energy from Trinidad there, and it was a live band, so it wasn't no lip singing. I know a lot of folks say, Shanaz, I love coming out to shows, but I like when I pay my money to come out to a show, I don't like lip singing. I like artists actually performing. So, guys, this was a live band, and they were really rocking. Ravi B was fantastic. Sabita Jalal, good night to you. Arjun Singh, how are you doing? Mr. Horace Sankar. Maria, how are you doing? And John always says Maraj. He corrects me all the time. No matter how much I say Maharaj, he'll say Maharaj. So it's good night to Mr. John Namat. John from Queens, good night to you. Mario Anan, how you doing? So many names. Thank you guys for sharing our page. And Maria says Ravi B was amazing. He was very energetic. So is Nisha B was very energetic too. And Kavita Ramkisoon did rock the stage. That was the tac girl, right?
The tic tac girl?
Tac.
Tac.
Right. So Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. I believe Ken Mike is working. So hey Sham, Sharon, how you doing? Good night to you. Horace Sankar, thank you very much. Our topic tonight, before we get away with ourselves, Apache War, big up to you, my friend, from a really long time.
That's right. I know he always looks out for you too. So, you know, Shanaz, before we start, you know, as the holiday, the year is coming to a close.
It's our last program right here for 2019 on Island Zone Radio with Shanaz and Ken. But do join me this Thursday. Brand new year, brand new show, brand new studio for SMS. New year, new things are happening. Big things are happening.
And as we're approaching the end of the year, I know a lot of people tend to drink a little bit and so on. So I encourage people to don't drink and drive, as we always say. You know, if you're going to drink, get a taxi or get an Uber so that you can move around. Because, you know, if you hit someone, you can get into a lot of trouble. And if police hold you, it's a lot of problems. And if you're in Guyana, you know, be careful of children and stop the speeding with the minibus guys. If you are listening,
it's dangerous in Guyana. The roadways, you know, everybody is so reckless. I believe
that's right.
The taxis, I must say,
yeah,
and the bus drivers.
I see Nalini Naidu and Michael.
Mahen Singh, good night to you. Mr. Don Isahak, brand new Mr. Ken, that's right. Arnold Kublal, how are you doing? Good night to you. The beautiful Christina Megnod, good night. Hari Shivdat, how are you doing? Tessa Mahadev, good night. Arjun Singh, thank you very much. I will have to share with Uncle Ken, that's right.
Oh, I hear, what's his name said makeup, what makeup I use, but he would be laughing. That's your friend Warrior. But before I came on, Shanaz, I just used some Johnson Baby oil on my face. There's nothing Warrior that I use any special.
Apache Warrior said Mr. Ken is shining tonight. What makeup did he use? And hey, he put some baby oil.
That's right. Before I jump into the shower, I just put some baby oil on my face. And, you know, you want to look good. And talking about look good, Shanaz, everybody wants to look good, no matter whatever it is. And don't let's deny that.
And you have to give give folks their compliment because they put a lot of effort into looking good, you know.
That's right. And you look good, you
feel good.
You know, and you feel good in your mind, you still look good, you know what I'm saying? So, is it true that my mic is not working, guys? Are you not hearing me?
DJ Static.
You are listening to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken here in New York. Are you guys hearing me now?
Your Ginger Dearnoy, good night to you. Maria Harris, good night, good night. Maria said Ken got to meet Kavita Ramki soon and Nisha B. That's why he's glowing so much.
It's always nice when you see nice people. You have to glow.
Mr. Jamil Mohammed, good night to you. Navin, thank you very much. Your Ginger Dearnoy, how are you doing? Nasima Rohaman, Arjun Singh, thank you, thank you. Bibi Fazila.
Thank you, Arjun Singh.
Beautiful song indeed, selected by our DJ for each and every one of you locked on to Island Zone Radio. It's a rainy night. I love when it's raining, especially when I'm home.
You take the word out of my mouth. We should be home when it's raining. But it's good. It's good when the rain falls. It's washed away a lot of things and it puts us in a whole different mood. But if we are at work, it's a whole different story.
That's right. When I'm at work, I can't even tell if it's raining outside.
Me too. That what happens to me too. So yes, guys, you're watching Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken here in New York. I'm sorry that we are having some technical problems, but we'll make up for that. Don't worry. And it was good seeing Maria Harris there. She's always well put together too, so we can't say anything. And I'm always glowing when I see
Julie
our special
Singh, good
people.
night to you. I know Julie Singh was there. Kalila Hussein, how you doing? Sheila Mangar, good night to you. Cleopatra, how you doing? Auntie Nalini was looking fantastic as always. A beautiful Liz Paduman, good night to you. Mr. Stanley Ramsran, Christina Megnod, good night, good night. Champalal, good night to you. And Happy New Year's. It's our last Monday on 2019, I must say. When we be back on next Monday, will be a brand new year.
That's right. It's going to be 2020, another new decade.
That's right. Mr. John Namat said Ken is glowing in the dark. Harold Kumar, good night to you. Bibi Fazila, good night to you. Thank you very much. And yes, it was raining outside, but you know. Safraz, DJ Temptation, how are you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us. So many topics to cover tonight. Starting off with sexual abuse.
Yes. You know what, Shanaz, what really come to my attention is sexually abused father. He abused his daughter who was 13 years old, and while she was giving birth, in the process she died. And you know, it really bothered me. How can a father actually have sex with his own daughter, and then guess what, she was 13 years old, her body was not even ready to bring forth a child, and so she died. I wonder how he's feeling at this time.
My beautiful Auntie Sunita Balwan, good night to you. And let's go a little more deeper into the story. Where's her mother?
Absolutely. So, and you know, sometime in life, some women feel so low about themselves and think that they will have to tolerate all this kind of behavior. They stay quiet, they don't say anything. And it has happened so many times that young girls getting pregnant by their father or their stepfather. And you know, it happens. And as we know that abuse, so many times it happens in the family, and which is... It's a sad thing.
Well, I was talking to a friend, they're from Philippines, and they said it's typical in Philippines that, you know, that would happen. Uncles and the mothers don't say nothing. They stay quiet just to protect the reputation of the uncle, especially if they're the provider for the family. They don't want to say anything that, you know. But you know what? You, as parents, are responsible for your children's safety and their protection. So if you're not keeping them safe and protected, you're not doing a parenting job.
Absolutely. And I think that when you bring forth a child in this world, you are there, as you said, you know what, to take care of them, to make sure that you give them a good life and you let them be ready for what's ahead of them in their life. Because as you and I know, that this world could be a really crucial place.
I could never choose whether it's your brother, as you know, a mom choosing her brother if he's abusing your daughter, or a father. No one should be accepting abuse when it comes to your girl children.
Absolutely, and even to boy children too. I mean, there are instances where young boys, as much as 7 and 8 and 5, being abused by their uncles and so
And
on.
they might think it's funny, you're fooling around, your uncle is doing something to you. If you talk to your kids and you have an open relationship with your children to talk about stuff like this, if they're telling you they're uncomfortable, talk to them.
And you want to, when that happens, Shanaz, you want to go ahead and find out what's going on. If your son or your daughter is saying, your child is saying something to you, you want to find out why they are saying all these things, you know what I'm saying? And investigate what's going on. And you will probably find exactly what's going on.
That's right, but it takes time. You have to spend time with your children to observe this behavior and observe it from an adult point of view, as caretaker from our children. Hakila Hussein, good night to Bibi Haq. Thank you very much. Frederick Wahid from Canada, good night to you. Thank you very much for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Raquel Cookie, how you doing? Maria Harris, thank you very much. Yes, our technicians selected this beautiful background. We have to give them credit when it comes to that. Riyadh Mohammed, good night to you. You're locked on to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, and every Monday right here on Island Zone Radio. So many bad things are happening. Mr. John Namat wrote, that is not a father, but a monster. I agree with you there.
I see my beautiful aunt, Dolores Sigobin, is watching, and I hope that she continues to watch the whole show because Shanaz, at this time of the year, I always reflect my life, and I'll get to do it today on the radio for the first time, and
Giving
to say
thanks
to
to
some
what
people.
we had for
Absolutely.
2019. If we can't appreciate the things we have right now, sometimes we don't see the blessings that coming our way.
That's right. And I always believe that saying thanks for the little things. And if you can't say thanks to the little things, then, my dear, you can't say thanks for anything at all.
That's right. And Maria Harris wrote, a father should be the protector of his kids, not a predator.
That's right. I see Bibi Hack tune in. Rada Totoram, thank you very much. And our friend Lee Nye, all the way from Florida, she locked in too. So thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. I see Girly Sad said hello. We were supposed to even have Girly here tonight.
But Girly is busy in NYC, and
yes.
her visit to New York is very short, and she's touring. I believe she's seeing the Rockefeller Center tonight. Veronica Jaglal, good night to you, and the Warrior, Mr. Apache Warrior. Good night to each and every one of you. I believe we'll continue with another topic tonight, and that is a terrible story,
That's right, Shanaz. Go ahead and say it.
In Texas,
You remember the shooting in
a
Texas?
volunteer security will go on that one.
Yeah, it's strange that let's talk, Shanaz. Years ago you would find that there's safety in the church,
Right.
But now you go to church, you may have to pray, and it may sound like a joke, but it's not a
A
joke.
lot of churches are, when they're conducting services, it's closed doors because it's so unsafe. And it's a violent crime what happened recently.
Yes, here in this church in Texas, the gunman came and he shot two guys and two people and killed them. Luckily, there was a church member who had a gun and he was able to shoot the guy too. So the thing is that let's talk about this, Shanaz. It's like I said before, you go into church, you're supposed to pray with both eyes closed. That's the norm. You have to pray.
You have to
pray
open your
with one
eyes and
eye
look around.
open
You're
and
not
one eye
safe.
closed.
Good evening to the beautiful Neela Pawaru. Good night to Dolores Sigobin, John Namat. Yes, I'll be reflecting on my life as well. Put aside all the negative. Moving forward is only positive and thinking. If you have a positive mindset, a lot of things can happen.
And we will go into detail with all of that in just in a couple of minutes. Where Shanaz tonight I want to say thanks to a lot of people, and I will let Shanaz say thanks to all the people she wants
It's
to
about reflection.
Yes,
Sometimes
appreciation.
when you reflect and you appreciate, you're able to move forward. Mr. Muhammad Ali, how you doing? Christina Megnat, thank you very much. Debbie Sanasi, Sarah Daisy, good night to you. And Mr. Ken Ramprasad, she's sending special good night to Mr. Ken Ramprasad. And we want you guys to reflect with us as well. Just keep, making a mental note of the things that you are grateful for. And one thing I'm very grateful for right now is just life itself.
You are
wake up
correct.
every day is a blessing. And, a lot of folks don't have an attitude for gratitude unless they are thrown at a life situation when, like some sickness or something that life threatening.
That's true, and I was thinking about the same thing
Eye-opening,
too.
but,
Yes,
every day is a good day to say you wake up this morning, you have a brand new day to give thanks and be the best you could be, because guess what? Yesterday wasn't all that I wanted, but moving forward you could change that.
that's right. It's how you look at life. Another thing that I was someone sent me a text today and was talking about a stab in the Jewish community upstate New York. So that's another thing. You know, Shanaz, as human being, we have to. We all have different religion, different denomination, but one of the things that we have to really do is to respect each other. If you're Muslim, I'm Christian, we get along. You're Hindu, you're Rabbi, you Jewish, whatever it is. You know, respect
Diversity,
everybody.
you know,
Respect
diversity,
everybody.
love everyone.
Yeah, not because you don't believe in someone religion, that means you're gonna put them down, you're gonna bash them, you're gonna stab them, and all these things. It doesn't make sense.
Like it's like a hate crime.
That's exactly
Over the
what's
weekend.
happening. You know what I'm saying? So let us start respecting, you know, each other religion, or no matter what.
Miss the beautiful Maria Harris wrote, "Church is a place of worship, shouldn't be a war zone." And Charlo Ragubir, good night to you. John Namat said, "Praying with one eye open and one eye closed is kind of difficult." Well, John, we should close the door so we can actually focus and meditate. Mr. Dale Moti, good night to you. It's a Sunshine State. Yes.
I see
Lisa
Rita
Nasi.
Singh. Sorry, I see Rita Singh tune into. Thank you very much, Rita Singh. Go ahead, Shanaz. I'm sorry.
Mr. Stanley Ramston, as we are here tonight, we want to be the first one on Island Zone Radio to wish each and every one of you a happy and prosperous 2020. Let's make the most out of the year.
That's right. And saying that, you know, Girly Pissard would like to say a special thank you to her friend Barbara for keeping her here in New York and taking time off from her work and taking her all over the place. That's a good friend, and it's a friend that you should have.
Well, Girlie on the whole is a beautiful person, and everyone would like to spend time. You know, no one like a troublemaker, but everybody love a good and dear friend like Girlie Prasad. So I would take time off for my friend as well like that. Mr. B. Diamond, how you doing? The beautiful Julie Singh was at the party. Hey, Julie Singh, you look fantastic with your daughters, and it was definitely a pleasure meeting you guys. Usha Azimula, I missed you last few weeks when you were at NYC. We'll have to move to the Sunshine State, Mr. Deo Moti, that's right. But I love New York. You know, I can't settle for anything less than New York.
Me too. I love New York. Do I see Juanita Khan? Again, happy birthday, Juanita. Sarah Daisy Singh, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm so glad to see all you guys tuning in. We're actually having 96 people in our live feed now. Despite we're having problem, I want to say, Shanaz and myself want to say, thank you so much every week after week, you guys tuning in. And you are the reason why we are here. Right, Shanaz?
That's right. Sarah Daisy said, church should be a place of worship. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. Get your comments. Keep your comments coming up. We love it. Mr. Deo Moti, I'd like to wish each and every one of you a happy 2020, prosperous new year to each and every one of you. People tend to forget that churches are a place for worship and not violence. Rennie Lal, good night to you. Maria Harris, thank you very much.
You are watching the Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken here in New York. It's kind of rainy, and I'm glad you guys are keeping us company here, and so we will continue the show. I don't think we're going to go for some music, or we're going to continue to talk.
Grab something to drink, like a warm cup of tea, and listen to some songs right here on Island Zone Radio. We'll be right back. Good night, guys, and thank you for joining us on Island Zone
We're not leaving you.
Radio.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
आज उनसे मिलना है हमें, आज उनसे मिलना है हमें। चलो उनके लिए कुछ लेते चले और उनको दुआएं देते चले। थोड़ी गुंजिया गुंजिया लेते चले, थोड़ी बर्फी बर्फी लेते चले। आज उनसे मिलना है हमें, आज उनसे मिलना है हमें। महलों की रानी है, सुंदर सयानी है, बंदर सयानी है, वो खानदानी है। जाने दिल क्या क्या खरीदे हम, क्या ना खरीदे हम, क्या दे निशानी, ये है मुश्किल। महलों की रानी है, सुंदर सयानी है, वो खानदानी है। जाने दिल क्या क्या खरीदे हम, क्या ना खरीदे हम, क्या दे निशानी, ये है मुश्किल। थोड़ी मठरी वठरी लेते चले, थोड़ी चकली चिड़ा लेते चले, कुछ तीखा भी खा लेते चले, और कुछ खट्टा मीठा लेते चले। आज उनसे मिलना है हमें, आज उनसे मिलना है हमें। तो जैसे तैसे थोड़ी ऐसे या वैसे हो अपनी तो जैसे तैसे थोड़ी ऐसे या वैसे हट जाएगी आपका क्या होगा जनाबे अली
Welcome back to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Nazi Latif, good night to you, my beautiful friend. How are you doing? Shiloh Rugby, good night to you. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. And we're wishing you all the best of 2020. Let's make the best of it. Thank you very much. And Linai, good night to you. Hey, Mr. Stanley, how are you doing? Usha Azimola, good night, good night. Sarah Daisy, good night to you. Mr. George Nandan, good night to you. And I hope you're keeping well. He was the best husband, Sarah. I know that for sure. Ivan Ram, how you doing? Mr. Deo, thank you. Debbie Sanasi.
She said, I'll be back, guys. Have to jump in.
It's
Don't
not
jump in
good
the
to
shower.
jump. It's not good to jump. Take it easy. Take a stroll.
I see Rajan Narayan. Thank you very much for tuning in. Shallow Ragobir, nice tune. Yes. Nazi Latif, thank you. Usha Azimola, thank you very much for tuning in our show. Rona Rupchan.
That's beautiful. Hey, Salma Ahmad, the beautiful Salma Ahmad. Good night to you. And the famous John from Queens. Big up the DJ Fast on Island Zone Radio. You're locked on every Monday. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken right here live on Facebook, as we love entertaining you guys. We love reading your comments, sharing our day, our thoughts with you. Let's talk about abuse as we're approaching a brand new year, Ken. I know someone reached out to you a few weeks ago, a few days in fact.
Correct.
And those pictures were quite disturbing. To know that you're living with someone, you know, to be abused on the street or, you know, victim of domestic violence, it's really, really sad. But to know that you're continually taking it for how many years?
You know, it has been going on for some time. And Shanaz, when that individual called me, it was early in the morning. I think it was Saturday morning. She called and was telling me this thing. I said, you know, send me these pictures. And I said, oh my God, Shanaz, when she sent me these pictures, I tear for her. And I really feel so sorry for her. I could not believe this. But then you know what? I said to myself, and I think about our show, and let me put a pause on that a little bit.
It was private, very private. We didn't disclose a name,
It's
but
still
it was
private.
posted.
Yes.
Right.
And you know, one of the things I forgot to mention to you, and there's so many people that's watching our show that we don't even get to see or say hi to, because, you know, a lot of times we don't see comment and so on.
So
but
if they don't comment, we don't really see it.
that's right. But this person normally watches our show every week, and so she heard what we are saying and whatever we're doing. And when she called me, actually, I was listening to her, and I said, you know what? I start all the things that I talk on the radio. I said, listen, I have to help this girl. Somehow or the other, I have to help her. So I jump into my mode of helping. I took my feelings away from this, and I said, listen, I have to help this girl to get out of this relationship. I am so glad that, you know, after she sent me these pictures, I could not believe that, without calling her name, and we're not going to call nobody name here, you know, her husband, this is what abuse looked like. He's sleeping in the bedroom and she's sleeping in the living room, and that alone tells me a whole lot of story. Which husband would really do that? And I got to tell you, even if me and Geeta get an argument, I said we both sleeping in this room.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's important to settle your differences before you go to bed.
That's right, because you don't know if you're gonna be wake up the next morning. The good thing is that you know, I spoke to her. I told her all the things that I know, how to get out of this. And so, you know what he did? He beat her the night after I spoke to her. The next night he beat her again. And
But that's not just a regular beating. Those
yes.
pictures were very, they were horrible.
Yes, but the good thing is that after he beat her again, she called the police.
So
and
you
the
give her
police
that
came.
encouragement. You
Yes.
push her a little bit to do the right thing. You know, ladies, 2020 is approaching. You don't have to get stuck in a bad relationship. Give yourself time to grow. Give yourself a new chance to move on. So often we look for change, but we do not willing to make the change to accomplish the changes we need.
That's right. And I got to tell you guys, if your husband or your wife, if there is any abuse going on, and this abuse like this was physically a fracture ankle, probably a fracture eye.
eyes,
Oh my
you
God,
know,
I
she
could
could've
not
lost an
believe it.
eye.
Yes, she had surgery and all these things. And so I want to encourage our young girls and even those who are in abusive situation. I want to encourage you guys to move on, to build your self-esteem. Don't let the men and the women who are abusing you get the upper hand in you. You find the strength to get up and move out of the situation. And you know what? In this case, this girl, she loved this guy so much, is that she went to guy and she married him and she brought him here. They bought a house together and they have invested so much in this relationship. And because she loved him, it was hard for her, and it's still hard for her to move on, because every time I talk to her, she's
Abuse
crying.
does not go in love. Love and abuse do not go together, because you can't see yourself loving someone and putting them through all that pain, you know.
Yeah.
To be a victim of all that blood I've seen on the picture was very graphic. Gemtex International, good night to you. Maria Harris, good night. John Namat, thank you very much. Sarah Daisy, good night to you. Happy New Year. Sony Deosran, good night to you, my beautiful friend. And the beautiful Sheila Mata Prasad. Ryan Jeffrey, good night, good night. We're talking about someone who reached out to Mr. Ken Rampasad. Just because, you know, sometimes you need that word of encouragement. You need somebody to say you could do it. And believe me, if you're living in America, you have lots of rights.
That's right. And you
lots
know,
of opportunity to move on.
yes, whereas in Guyana it's a little more difficult. And you know, sometimes, you know, especially here, if you have kids, things could be a little more complicated. If you have a house or a lot of things together, it could be complicated. But what I always tell people, no matter how complicated it is, you prefer to be alive and walk away and lose all the material things and to
And
still
know
be
you're
alive.
safe and you're alive, right?
Yes.
Candy Lal, good night to you. Harry Shivdat, how you doing? Mr. John, good night, good night. Chris, how you doing? Good night to you. Diana Shivram, Julie Singh, good night to each and every one of you. Locked on to Island Zone Radio. Mr. Deo Moti said that's so sad. Some of these men make good men look bad. And that's, we have some really good men and amazing men who are there to motivate and encourage them, their wives, like Mr. Deo Moti, you know. Navin, big up to you. And you're a very good husband, Ken, I know.
Thank
You
you.
know, you have to raise your kids with values to know that it's not okay. You can't tolerate. I would never let any female in my family tolerate abuse.
All right. And you know, you're an advocate, so they have a strong
If you're
shoulder
gonna
here
hurt
to lean
someone
on.
I love, it's gonna get bad.
All right. Hey, my girl, Shanaz,
It's
that's a
gonna
beautiful
get
thing.
bad.
It's a beautiful thing. Also, and we are talking about abuse. You know, Shanaz, a lot of times, and I want you guys to pay attention with this, because I go through this sometimes. You know, sometimes your family invite you over and so on just because they want you to be there. And when you go there, like, you know, they talk all manner of things and you're not respected at the table. And I say to myself, I'm not going to tolerate all these things no more. If you go into your family house and they're treating you any different kind of a way, Shanaz, the truth
If
of
you
the
don't
matter is,
feel welcome
come.
and
Go.
appreciated, you know, leave.
And you
Don't
have
force
to,
yourself to
yes,
be there.
and you have to grow up. You have to grow to accept all these things about yourself. I come to your house, you're not serving. You know, you don't pay attention. You don't treat me nice. I have to go. I'm so sorry.
That's right.
And you find some
Hospitable.
you know, and you do it in a dignified way. You don't have to curse or anything. You'll say, you know what, I have to go. I just
Thank
had
you
a
for the
phone call, whatever
invitation, and
to
I have to leave.
say. Exactly.
Maybe have
so.
good night to you, Diana Shivram. Happy 2020 to each and every one of you. Don Namat, thank you very much. Bibi Hack, thank you. Lina, how you doing? Diana Shivram. Chris saying good night to you, and he said that's not love. If you're in a relationship and your spouse, your partner is abusing you, that's not love. Do not let your self-esteem so low that you have to stick around and tolerate it because you're better than that. Lina wrote, her church is huge. It has 2,000 people. Wow. But they have 3 cops outside. You know, that's good. But, you know, at church, you shouldn't really feel like you have the need for security and cops outside.
Absolutely. So it's a place you should go in
And
and
then it
pray.
all goes back to mental health and what's going on in our community and job-wise.
And the other thing is to Shanaz, you know, even to the schools now, when the children go to school here in the United States, what they have to do, they lock down the school. You know, it shouldn't be this way, but you know what, the way how times is going, people have to take precaution in terms of securing people's children, which is a good thing to do.
I remember school, you go through a metal detector. You walk through a metal detector just to be safe, you know. And I don't mind bringing back those old methods that would work. And, you know, as parents, you don't want to be at work and wondering if your children are safe in school, or to get a call from a school telling you, you know, it's on lockdown. That's a very dreadful call to get.
Absolutely.
Good night to each and every one of you. Locked on to Island Zone Radio. Al Jarab, how you doing? Good night to you. Caribbean Movement. Hey, Ryan Jeffrey, good night, good night. Love is in the air, and that is a love for each and every one of you on Island Zone Radio. Bibi Dear Narayan, good night to you. Diana Shivram, thank you very much.
I see Diana say, I always tell my husband that the only person who can hit me is my parents. And you know what? Even parents sometimes abuse their kids. So don't take no kind of abuse.
That's right. Amrita Samaru, good night to you. Watching from New York. Our studio is in NYC, and it's raining tonight, so we have a lot of coffee to keep us as we have the song to keep us entertained, we have the coffee to keep us occupied as well, and quenching our thirst. Good
That's
night
right.
each and every one of you. Where's our fantastic DJ? We'll be right back with some songs that you might enjoy on Island Zone Radio. You're locked on to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. You have something to say? Let's hear it. We love to hear from you guys. We love your feedback. We love your comments. Keep them coming.
Hey, where's you slip up?
When he slip out in the water, who felt it there? This girl Nisha from Karma felt me slip out so far in the water. The slipper, when he slip out.
I plenty slipper, they watch me have plenty slipper. They think I bad in the water. It floats away in the water. It floats away.
It floated by in the water, and him some flaming with the camera. It floated by in the water, and him some flaming with the camera. And now Big Rich only laughing, watching Neil Slipper floating, floating. When Neil Slipper in the water, who felt it there? This girl Nisha from Karma felt me slipper so far in the water. The slipper, when Neil Slipper.
I plenty slipper, they watch me have plenty slipper. They think I bad in the water. It floats away in the water. It floats away.
Nisha, why you gonna do that? It wasn't me, it was your brother.
But Hunter, somebody take off with my chicken. I had to go and tell something.
It's Ravi beat that thief your chicken. No, it's only me you blaming, blaming. Yeah, kya hua? Kaise hua? Kab hua? Kyun hua? Jab hua? Tab hua? Oh, choro, na socho. Way, this slipper.
I plenty slipper, they watch me have plenty slipper. They think I bad in the water. It floats away in the water. It floats away.
It's a big rubber slipper. Look it floating in the water. It's a big rubber slipper. Look it floating in the water. He say he buy it down by Rattan. Why she fling it out to Sheehan, Sheehan. When he slipper in the water, who felt it there? This girl Nisha from Karma felt me slipper so far in the water. The slipper, when he slipper.
I plenty slipper, they watch me have plenty slipper. They think I bad in the water. It floats away in the water. It floats away. But Hunter, somebody take off with my chicken. I had to go and tell something.
It's Ravi beat that thief your chicken. No, it's only me you blaming, blaming.
What kya hua?
Fawaka, Mr. John Hassan Khan, मैं बहुत अच्छा हो. कैसे हो आप?
I will go on to just now.
Orma, let's sing. Good night to you, Bibi Dear Narayan. How you doing? Rajiv Nandalal. Good night, Bibi Hack. Thank you very much. Auntie Nalini and Michael Naidu. Good night to you, Raj. How are you doing? Kumar Parang, Bibi Hack. Good night. And I believe it's my handsome dad, Mr. Nizam Hussain. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Good night to each and every one of you as we're approaching a brand new year. what are your resolutions? And we're not starting off with a lot of the resolutions.
So we're gonna talk about that just now, but I see Apache Warrior say, "Okay, like you're drinking some bush rum."
I think Apache Warrior lost his calling. He should have been a comedian.
Yes, the good thing is that I really don't drink a lot of alcohol. I may drink once a year or twice a year. And just to appease some people. I mean, I really don't. It's a habit, you know what I mean. Well, a shot here and there, good to kill the worms out, Mr. Warrior.
Mr. Jonathan Khan, thank you very much. And yes, the beautiful Vanessa Prasad, good night to you. Happy New Year to each and every one of you locked on. And as we are approaching 2020, we would like to make some resolutions.
Yeah, Shanaz. So let me ask you, it's a new year coming up, 2020. A lot of times people make resolutions and they break them. What are some of the resolutions that you really plan to make and to carry through? But you know what? The good thing is that you are, if people have never seen you, I mean, you're a petite little girl. I mean, you're not, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think there's a lot you need to do, but let me hear what you will do.
Keeping fit, because your health is your wealth. Eating healthy, and I know, Ken, I've seen you applying healthy eating habits towards 2019, carrying it through 2020. Sometimes you could be skinny, but that doesn't mean you have good cholesterol.
You are correct.
Skinny folks do have bad cholesterol
diabetes
levels
and hypertension.
And poor circulation. Hey, I have to shout out my friend from India, Mr. Prakash Patel. Good night to you. A wonderful and super talented guy. Fantastic model, I must say.
Oh, beautiful. I think I heard you talk about that person before.
So guys, that's one of my New Year resolution is to carry through and maintain a good diet. Eating well, exercising. As you know, I exercise a little bit every day. I don't go to the gym, but I keep myself fit. It's always important to walk around. You have an office job. You tend to sit 8 hours, and I can't sit for 8 hours. I could hardly sit for maybe a half an hour. I have to move around, go for a short walk, And it's good for your mind. Clear your mind with some music, mindfulness.
That's right, and it's a good thing. Shanaz, as you said, I have a job too. Both of my jobs, sitting down in an office. And so what I always do, and like I said before, I like to get up every half an hour and go take a walk up in the stairs because we have a 6th-floor building. So I go up and down. So I could keep
I know a lot of folks
fit,
if they have an elevator, they will take the elevator. But, walking and climbing upstairs is so important. Speaking of stairs, if you guys would like a beautiful treadmill present from SMS, let me know. You guys could make use of it. Why not? Hey, Ravi Singh, good night to you. The beautiful Shallow Raghubir, good night, Bibi Haq. How you doing? John Namad, good night to you. Diana Shivram, thank you very much. Fayad Mohammed, how you doing? Eating healthy, exercise, having some good and positive friend is very important to you.
That's right. I see Shanaz Ghafoor tune in. Thank you very much, Shanaz, for tuning in. Our good friend Roxanne Walker Hamilton is here all the way from Florida. As you were talking about good things to eat, I was lucky. My brother-in-law, he went the other day and he bought me a piece of salmon. But the good thing is that Shanaz and myself will share that salmon tonight with some chana, fried chana,
That's
boiled
always
chana.
a fantastic meal,
Yes.
We could always replace a lot of carbs with the rice and the pasta and the roti that we all expect. And I know Rodney Wilson loves some West Indian food, all the roti and the curry. Hey, Rodney, good night to you. And he knows me. I can't sit still. I'm always on the go. Roxanne Walker, big up to you. Bibi Haq, how you doing? Good night. And we wish you a prosperous, successful 2020 that comes ahead. Open arms. Welcome it with open arms.
Embrace
Keep
it,
that positivity. Yes. And hey, if you have friends in your circle or something that's not sitting well with you, it's time to leave that baggage behind. You're going 2020 with a new you, a new mindset,
That's true. Now, Shanaz, when I say I like to review my years, the year, I have to tell you, there are a couple of things I want to say, and I always get very serious when I say this. I don't really smile too much, but I'm going to try to smile, because when I don't smile, I like to say, oh my God, Kenneth, you're not smiling. I'm not accustomed to that, because I give a smile every day. You
never know who might need that smile.
That's
someone
right.
else might be having a rough day, and you opening a door or smiling for them might make their day.
And it's so easy. I don't know why it's always so easy for me to smile and to laugh.
But that doesn't mean you don't have a lot of challenges in life. We look at our challenges, but we don't allow them to overcome us. To take the pleasantness or the fun of our lives.
Yes, and Shanaz, like I said before, I think that one of the most thing that helped me in life is my pleasantness and the way I carry myself, and I'm always smiling. But moving forward, if my aunt Dolores Sigobin is watching, this message is for her, and I've always told you, Shanaz, that I owe it to my aunt Dolores Sigobin for bringing me to the United States 30 years ago. She took that chance and brought me to the United States, and I'm so glad that she did that. She have opened a door for me to do all that I'm doing, because if I was in Guyana, I would definitely not be able to do
You have a
all the
door
things.
of opportunities. You just opened that door and went free-handedly.
Yes, so and I always believe in one of the things, and since you've met me, I always like to say thanks to people who have really influenced my life and who has on a daily basis have helped me. Also our viewers, Shanaz. Without our viewers, we would not be here. And day after day, I think about our viewers. And when you put on we go on live, we know there's some names that will be there no matter what or whatever weather it is. We may cancel in them some when it's a lot of snow, but they don't cancel on us. So to all our viewers, I want to say thank you very much for you have been on radio and TV for so many years, and I always say you are a star and you are a stalwart. And I'm so glad that we crossed path together for the year. I am just on radio for 1 year now, and God put it in my way that I get to reach you. And you are my angel in this business, and I could say, and like I always tell you, Shanaz, I don't know, sometimes people may want to say, Shanaz, you're teaching Ken everything, and you know what, one day that guy may leave you. But I got to tell you one thing. I remember
Give you
people
the wings to make you fly.
but you know what, I am always grateful, and I cannot forget that. And one couple of months ago, when I was going to leave radio, and I tell Shanaz, I said, Shanaz, you know what, I'm going to leave, and you know what, the best thing happened to me is that I get to meet you, and we cross path together. And what has really been so profound about Shanaz Hussein that you guys don't know, and I will tell you, Shanaz, hello. I'm not one of the best looking guys around. I'm not one of the most intelligent guy around. But you know what Shanaz did? I'll tell you, it's so profound that Shanaz said, Ken, and I told her, I said, listen, I will move on with all that I do. Those who know me, I'm a bird guy. I'm all into birds, all over the United States. And so when I came to radio, I said, Shanaz, I'm going to go. You can get a better host than I am, because I believe behind every able man there is able men. And Shanaz said, Ken, I will only work with you, and I love you too. I love to work with you. If I can get to work with you, the show is done. And so, I want to say from the bottom of my heart, I am really truly happy that we have crossed path together. And not only that, if you guys watching all the videos and photographs that you guys see on the internet and Facebook and so on, with my Gita's nephew and the nieces and so on, and that these guys love Shanaz so much, and I know that Shanaz loved them so much, and there is so much. Shanaz is like a family to us. When the show finish at 9 o'clock, you might be surprised. Shanaz is here sometime till 11 o'clock, and I make sure I have something nice for her. Also, Shanaz, I want to say, my big brother, his birthday is going to be tomorrow. And so, Ravo, I want to wish you a happy birthday. And not that alone, I want to say, you know what? I have been in the United States basically myself for a lot of years, and I've been doing 2 full-time jobs and has worked so hard. But he and his kids came to the United States last year, and I'm very grateful that he came. Years ago, Shanaz, I always wonder, what am I going to do if I lose my job? How am I going to pay my mortgage? And so that he and his children came, and now I don't have to worry about that burden.
It's an
of,
asset. They say families stick together.
Yeah.
Ken, I have to applaud you. I love your family. It's
Yeah.
such a loving, compassionate folks you have around you all the time. They're very loving folks.
And with even to our DJ, our
Arvin.
DJ Arvin, he has been doing so many things, and I know you guys hear me say thank you so much and so on. And even when I took Gita, I took her with a son. And today I was thinking, what would I say about this young man? And he is Rajiv Nandalal, and there's so much I can say about him. He is like my own son, and a lot of people don't have this relationship that I have with him, and you see him around, everywhere I go, I take him. And I said to Geeta when I took her, and when I met him for the first time, I said, you know what, Rajiv, in our home, you will always have a room in my home, so that you can come anytime when you want to come. That's fine. and he has supported us in so many ways. If
They're
you
very
come,
loving, very helpful. Anything you
yeah.
ask of them, they're willing to do it for you.
And even today, DJFS called me and he told me how he loved these guys and how they are such a great bunch of guys. If Rajiv come here and he see that our TV broke, he would order one for us and we wouldn't even know. If he come see the house needs something, he would buy it for us. So I want to say thank you so much to all of these kids. And sometime I know that probably I did get upset with me because I'm pressuring him, because I want him to go school and want him to do
You
well.
want the best for them because
Right?
they have potential, and I've seen it in all of them. And I wouldn't stop encouraging them to be the best they could be because they're all smart kids.
Yes, and also Shanaz, to Geeta, you came here, you see Geeta and me, and I put her picture up, I talk about her, and I'm going to talk something about that too. I'm very blessed to have Geeta as my wife. We are not saying, I don't want to tell anybody we have a perfect life, but we fight once every 6 months or once a year.
A little fighting is good because it's if you don't fight, you don't care for each other as much. So
Absolutely.
a little bit of fighting, not
Yes,
a lot,
so, but thank God for her in my life, because she is the one that, I work, and when I come home, they all
Behind
do
every
everything.
successful man is a strong and empowering woman.
That's right. And so, driving home today to what I was saying, Geeta is a very quiet person, and I was thinking about the dynamics of relationship, and I'm going to take her out of this. I believe that, as even the host of this program with you, and even to the Ken Ramprasad show, I want to portray, who I am, and I don't want to go there and say any lie things about me, how I live. But I believe that I should tell people tell my wife how I feel. There is nothing that I can say that I keep inside of me. I always tell Geeta how I feel. I tell Geeta, listen, if I die today, tomorrow, I need you to move on with your life, because guess what? I'm done. My life and my purpose is done on earth, and I stock everything. I don't hold back. I tell her what I want you to do, who to give so much money to, and I also have my life insurance. I always say, listen, your son, Rajiv, should get some money too, because he's part of me and he's part of you. So, even though you have stepchildren and you have stepson, and this is a message I want to
Treat
send
them
to you
equally.
guys.
Treat them
Exactly.
equally.
So, I try to do all these things and talk to you. You have your children, you have your husband, you have your wife. Be open, and if you can't be open to your husband and your wife, then I don't think that you guys can do it. Really do helps when you communicate, and I beg you to sometimes to talk to me about your feel. That's a lot about me now. So go ahead and talk, Shanaz.
Well, it's a year of, coming to a year end. It's good to acknowledge the folks that make a difference in our lives. So you did a fantastic job. It's always good to show who you appreciate and who's there for you, making a difference. Hey, good night to the beautiful Sonia Premnath. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio every Monday, 8 to 10 p.m. It's Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. We would like to hear from you. Apachiwara, good night to you. He's my good friend and I appreciate him in life. I also have to say shout out to Mr. Waterflow, who was at our show tonight. Last Saturday, I must say. Usha Azimola, good night to you. Diana Shivram. Usha, thank you. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Linai, Rita Singh, how you doing? Love is going out to each and every one of you because that's a gift I have to give.
I always like to see when I look up on the screen to see
Auntie
Nafisa
Noor,
Noor.
good night to you. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Happy New Year to all of you guys from Auntie Nafisa Noor. Mrs. Stanley Ramsran, good night to you. Pamela Jeffers, how you doing? Family, let's show our family. Let's make 2019 end on a good note. If you didn't talk to someone this year, reach out to them, call them, and tell them exactly how you're feeling so you can move forward and have a peace of mind coming 2020. And going back to your story, Ken, I have to say I was talking to my sisters last night, and it came up how grateful we are to my father. We were sponsored by my aunt, his sisters, so they brought us here, and they always said, we are very proud of you guys, who you turned out to be, because they're always motivating, inspiring, and we never really got in any kind of trouble as kids growing up, but it wasn't very easy, for my dad, who raised 4 daughters, 3 daughters in New York, and a son. So sometimes you have to stop for a minute and acknowledge the people around you and the difficulty that they had. I'm sure, it wasn't an easy task, because growing up as teenagers, we could be quite a handful. We were quite a handful. So my aunt did a fantastic job because she believed in us. And if you don't give people chances in life, one chance sometime, that's all it takes.
That's absolutely correct. And I see Vishal Munisar. He's a singer. He sang with Girly Passat, and actually both of them on. He is on
They
top
did a
of her,
fantastic
making their.
duet last time we played their song. Fantastic job, Vishal. Diana Shivram, Mr. Deo Moti, thank you very much. And we have to wait for Girly's CD to come out.
Yes, and before we say that, I was reading this and it coincided what I was saying. The truth is that there are a lot of ways to show that you love someone, and saying it is one of them. Of course, words mean nothing if they don't correspond to our actions, but the verbal expression of affection someone feels for you is extremely powerful too. Words of love are also motivating, inspiring, and energizing. Listening to someone expressing their appreciation for us in a face for the ears and brings happiness and satisfaction. It strengthens the bond that we have established with the other person, and also make the relationship run smoother, because word mirroring our actions really it increase our trust. And I want to say this, Shanaz, as we're talking. A lot of times people say that they love you, and a lot of times our friends say I love you. Or on Facebook they will go and say, oh, I love you, friend.
Actions speak
But
louder than words.
that's right. And if you want to know the truth about someone, how they care about you, you look at their actions, and that alone will tell you exactly how much they care about you.
Rita Singh said, love is sharing and caring, and you should be able to share your thoughts and what you're thinking and what you're planning to do with your spouse. And Antina Fizanur, good night to you. Good night to Girly Prasad. Happy New Year to each and every one of you. Our beautiful friend Lalita Deo Prasad is locked on right now. Thank you guys for joining us every Monday right here on Island Zone Radio, Facebook Live. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
I always like to see Lalita Deo Prasad on my page or on our page. She is such a positive person too. We actually share a good message every day with each other, and such a beautiful thing. It's good to have you, my friend, and thank you guys for being my friends. I know Shanaz know all of you. I'm surprised everywhere I go. Everybody knows Shanaz. Everybody know the biggest celebrity knows Shanaz, and I have to go and say, you know what, I am Shanaz, co-host. Okay, you're the guy. All right, yes, and that's funny.
And he went up to Ravi B. Ravi B was a fantastic guy. We had a good night, and we missed the beautiful Lalita Deo Prasad, but we had fun with the beautiful Girly Prasad. It would have been honored if we could have actually got her on stage. But Girly, you're coming back to NYC for a bigger show this year, starting 2020 on a positive note. Keep those coming. Hey, Dina Ramroob, good night to you.
And you know what I want to say, that since that Girly Prasad is listening, I believe in saying things exactly how I say it. I don't sugarcoat things. I try to be positive most of the time, Shanaz. And what I've found, I've been a psych nurse for many, many years. And one of the things, I observe people's attitude a lot of times. And I look at Girly, and she is such a positive person. For this
Loving,
short time that
kind,
I saw her,
compassionate.
and she's smiling and she's talking and so on, And like I said before, none of us are really perfect. And so if I look at all the bad things that people have done to me, I would not have no friend, and I'll be living in a house by myself. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll read Dina Ramrup comment. She said, good night, happy new year to you and your staff. It's so nice to hear a husband talking so sweet about his life partner. A very few will do that. I agree with all that he said. It's about understanding and communication. God bless you, sir, and your family. It takes a lot to understand your spouse sometimes, you think? Or you have to make time to understand him.
If I share my way, when I took Geeta, I say to myself,
Okay,
you know what?
Take Geeta,
when I marry
didn't
her,
come from nowhere. You didn't pick her up from the side of the street.
All right, yes. Shanaz, and what I find with Geeta and myself, I want to. My belief is that I'm here just for a short time in life. I don't know how long I'm going to live in this life. And the time that we are together, I want to give her, I do give her a good life. And that's my motto in life, to give my wife the best life there is. Of
That's
course,
really
to
good
give her the
motto.
best life. And I find that sometimes when I see she stare me down and she's smiling. And like just now, when she brought the coffee, she's staring at me. And I try to ask her, why are you staring at me? But I know the true meaning
She's
of all
probably
these things.
thinking, what a good husband I have.
She is, I think, but she don't tell me all the time. But
She
yes,
can also be thinking, what a pain in the ass.
no, she can't see that because I try not to give her any problems, really.
Hey, Aslam Zaman, good night to you. Good night to Harry Tulsi. Girly Prasad, thank you. Usha Azimola, Bibi Haq, good night to you. Pleasant New Year. And God's blessing to each and every one of you. Diamond Prasad, good night to you. He is Very good, Diamond. Girly Prasad, thank you very much. He's a wonderful nurse. He's a wonderful husband, wonderful father, and friend. Roxanne Walker, how you doing? He's also a very good brother because you have you have a few sisters and you're a good brother to them.
That's right. And I come to Roxanne too, Roxanne Walker. Actually, I've always said a story. And as we are talking, Roxanne Walker, she's very dear to me because when my sister was trying to come to the United States many years ago, my sister ended up with some problems in Florida, actually. And Roxanne Walker was the one who helped my sister and coach her and so on.
Speaking of giving chances and opportunities in life.
And surprisingly, you know how I get to meet back Roxanne Walker? I was talking to my sister, Anita, in Canada, and she heard when I said that. She was on the show,
So
and
put
then
two
she
and two
wrote me.
together
She
and
said,
she
"Wait,
realized-
this is Anita's brother," and that's how we get in touch with each other again.
Diana Shivram, good night to you. Veronica Juglal, how you're doing? I do hope Mr. Apache Warrior is listening and not just admiring Ken's makeup tonight.
With coconut, with oil.
He is watching and he's listening very carefully. Linai, good night to you. We're wishing you, on behalf of Island Zone Radio, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, a happy and prosperous 2020. We'll play a nice song to keep you on the dance floor because our DJ is all excited to be here on Island Zone Radio. Let's go. Wishing you and your loved ones a blessed and prosperous, not forgetting a healthy 2020.
Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Sometimes you need a break from everybody. I am so happy I have nobody.
Sometimes we have to take a break from everybody and focus on just yourself if you want to see things going. And it's a beautiful song by Mr. Ravi B. He rocked the stage last Saturday with this number. Dear Roy, good night to you. Roger Brunt, how you doing? Good night, Bibi Hawk. Kisoon Jordan, good night to you. And listen to the song.
Mr. Diamond, I want to say B. Diamond Prasad, he is such a good friend too, and thank you very much for your kind comment. You're always a good soul and always encouraging me to do what I have to do. Thank you.
He is a very good friend and a right hand when it comes to, hey, is it the energy drink or Mr. Warrior himself? Let's go.
Over somebody, think about you first than anybody. Working so hard to make ends meet. Just take a deep breath and you will be free. I am so happy I have nobody. I have wings to fly, so don't worry about me. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done.
Singh said Ravi B rock. He indeed rocked the stage at Amazur. It was a live band. Ravi B and the entire band Karma came from Trinidad. We had a fantastic time. But hey, New Year's Eve we have to meet Ricky Jai and DJ Fest at Epic Clowns. That's the place to be this New Year's Eve. Stanley Ramsran, good night to you. Skeleton people in the building. Hey, Danny, Dan Kumar, good night to you. Thank you, thank you. This Saturday is a brand new program, 2020, Shanaz Musical Sensation on Verizon Fios Channel 477 and Spectrum TV Channel 96 every Saturday, 4:30 p.m. in NYC and around the world if you have Verizon Fios and Spectrum. Dear Roy, good night to you.
Yes, guys, welcome to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Yes, Rita, I want to get 2 broom. And guess what? I like my guy in the broom. But they went and buy 2 broom today, Shanaz, and the broom is so hard already, so I don't know. Anyway, let's move on. Shanaz.
I guess the broom didn't get a lot of working. How did it get hard?
I don't know how the broom get hard. Probably to put some Viagra inside or something, or soak it in Viagra. Anyway, I always make Shanaz when I talk something a little wicked. She always blush up. Anyway, look at her. She gets red when I don't know if I have to look at Shanaz. If I have to talk something about sex, I don't know what Shanaz is going to do. Or when the time comes when we will have to talk about sexually transmitted disease and so on. In fact, to be honest, Shanaz, I know you're going to laugh, but let's talk about this as we're talking. And I know we'll talk about it sometime down the road. But a good advice as a male nurse who had female patients too. I was talking to someone the other day and I said, you know,
your health is your wealth, and yes, that's a big part of our health.
Yeah, you know, Shanaz, you know, I'm 55 years old now, and you know, I went through a lot of experiences in life. And one thing I was talking to someone, I said, you know, now, you know, long time when you go with a girl, you go to bed with her, she like to close her eyes and let you do all that you have to do, right? Y'all look how Shanaz is gonna get red hair now. So Shanaz, I was telling this guy, I said, you know, on a girl, I said, listen, you know, this is a professional, I'm coming now, right? But Shanaz is going to make me laugh. But Shanaz, I said, you know, back in the days, you go out with a girl and all she do is close her eyes and close her mouth or something. And you, the man, have to do a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And then guess what? I said that now it has changed. I said with so much sexually transmitted disease outside there, Shanaz, you can't close your eyes no more. I said now, before you go with a woman and before you go with a guy, you better watch what you're getting into, because you don't know if the guy have warts or the girl have warts. Make sure you open your eye and you check what you get in.
That's
if you
right.
know what I mean.
Safety wise, guys, get yourself checked. 2020 is coming your way. Stanley Ramsden, good night to you. It's the underground sound in the building. Alvin Ramsden, good night, BB Pop. Marianne Lou, good night to you. Prakash, how you doing? Long time no see. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Diana Shivram, Maria Harris, Rita Singh, John Namat, thank you, thank you. Roxanne Walker, Lenai, good night to you. And Lenai wrote, the broom is good to chase out Jumbie.
Well, I don't have no Jumbie in here. The only Jumbie probably is me now. But no, on a serious note now, Shanaz, now we are going on to a new year. What do you plan to do for yourself? I know you said your diet.
Diet and exercise, eating healthy. I must interrupt our program to say good night to my handsome mamu, Mr. Alamin Mohammed, who is on vacation, enjoying himself in the warm weather. Good night to Rita Singh. Thank you very much. And Rita Singh said, use a pillow can, you know. John Nima, thank you.
I see Maureen laughing.
Good night to you.
Yes,
Shazimola, good night to you.
We have to let them laugh a little bit too.
Laughter is the best medicine. If we can't be stand-up comedians, you know.
That's
we have
right.
to do it sitting down.
And I know I have things that I'm going to do next year, not too long from now. And you can tell me, I know that you have big things coming for your new TV program or your radio show.
That's right. A lot of things coming up, and you just have to keep that positive vibes. And I've been busy 2019, but hey, 2020 is a lot of time off. Family comes first. Make time for your loved one, because it's not all about money. It's all about time. If you have kids, no matter how much money you have, if you don't give them your time, they will still go astray, you know?
I have to read what Apache says. Can't trust me, Betty. I always inspect my girls. You better inspect them before you pick up something. Just want to make sure she gets a good woman and not a man. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's another story you come with there, Apache. You're going to make me get knocked off from this radio show. But you are absolutely correct, sir. This world is a different time. Anyway, Veronica Jaglal is laughing. So, yes, good night, Mary Ann Lou. So, Shanaz, this is on a serious note. I have to say serious note a lot of times. You know, Guyana is on my mind, and you know, you and I talk many times about what's on our mind.
What's coming up next for Shanaz and Ken? Well, we have a big outreach going down, and as I was telling someone the other day, you know what? open up a women's shelter in Guyana is my mission of 2020 to get that accomplished. It's on my list, opening up a dialysis center, helping a few hospitals, and we're all going to be there together because where Shanaz go, I take you live. SMS live.
That's right, and that's one of the things I say I admire about you, that wherever you go, and that's a good thing, because you don't have any kind of insecurity that Kenneth will do this and Kenneth will do that. That's one thing I always tell Gita, and I always say to my family that wherever Shanaz go, she always takes me with her, which is a good thing and speaks volume of who you are really, Shanaz. The other thing is, suicide is on my mind in Guyana. Domestic violence is on my mind, and also the accidents in Guyana. I don't know if a lot of you guys didn't know me then. I was not in radio. About 2 years ago, I collected over $4,250 here in New York. Within 2 weeks, I sponsored a big debating competition in Guyana about suicide. I will have to get that tape so you guys could watch it. But I want to have, I think I have the ability to pull this off. I want to have at least 2 big national debating competition in Guyana, with the student nurses in Guyana and another probably the high school students in Guyana, where I want to invite the police department, the nurses, and a lot of school children. One of the things that I really want to talk about and for them to debate is the road accidents in Guyana, where we're going to have data and pictures and so on. So
if we have to go down there and speak to the commissioner themselves
yes,
in Guyana to bring all this awareness and share the live video that we're seeing abroad and the dangers, we have to show them ourselves. We'll make that trip.
Sherry, yes, I am going to probably in another 2 months or so, I will start to collect and I take the money to Guyana and I share it. I give to suicide in Guyana and to the student nurses. I give them $100 each to debate for me, because I want this message to go out loud and clear in Guyana. And now that I'm our talk show host, Shanaz, it gives me a little more bigger platform to speak, and I'm glad it's building even my speaking abilities. So I'm ready. Probably in March, we can go to Guyana and do this. There is too much people dying on the road, and I see people saying, "Oh my God, it's sorry." I want to jump in this and do something about it. I want to bring the awareness, and so yes, I am all fired up. The only reason why I haven't gone this year to Guyana is because of the political situation in Guyana, and they kill people and do all these matter and things. But I can't let that hold me back a little bit. But by March, I should be heading into Guyana, and we get this going. I've already get the okay for the debating competition about domestic violence in Guyana with the Georgetown Hospital School of Nursing. So that's locked down already. But I have to contact the police department in Guyana, because I wanted the student police officers to debate with the student nurses in Guyana, and there should be like a big debating competition.
And we will have that live on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. I know Mr. Apache Warrior will be joining us on that mission. We also have a lot of programs that we're tending to make visits in a lot of schools in Guyana, starting with Lenora Secondary
All right,
School.
how Lenora Secondary? That is school I was going, and talking about that. Behind the scenes, you guys don't know. Sometimes I don't post, or Shanaz don't post, but you see during the week time, like today, I collected a walker, and also I collected Pampers.
Shower chair.
I know we collected over 1,000 Pampers one time. I collect.
Over the weekend, I collected 2 hospital beds that I'm looking to donate to a hospital in Guyana, and so many stuff. And
I have to tell Navin, thank you so much to bear up with Shanaz, because guess what? Shanaz Garage is actually full up with a lot of stuff that we are collecting behind the scenes and save it to send to Guyana.
And we'll be mailing it out early January, so make sure it's there for our mission when we get there. Azima Bakas, good night to you. Usha Azimullah, thank you guys very much for joining us. Sandra Singh, how you doing? Rita Singh, good night to you. And Roxanne Walker, good night, good night. Thank you guys for joining us every Monday right here on Island Zone Radio. We share our stories with you. We share our plans and what we have in mind for the future. As we said, have a positive mindset as we go into 2020.
And the good thing about Shanaz and myself is that I don't see there is any jealousy or she want to look better than I want me or I want to look better than her. We are a team, and that's what I admire so much about our relationship and how we do things. I don't care what Shanaz, how much when she sends things. All I know, I collect stuff and I give it to her, and I know that she will do a good job in getting it to Guyana and distribute it. And
Well, we'll be doing it together, guys. Kalamo Khan, good night to you. Auntie Nalini, how you doing? The beautiful Naomi Buduram, good night to you.
I see Kalamo Khan. I want to say, we have. I think we met him one time at your. There's a show that you were there. He probably forget who I am really, but I did. We did meet
He
and
is
we
the
talked.
Canal Chef. Did a
That's
wonderful
right.
video. He's always at the Canal reunion, getting videos, posting inspiring videos.
And not that alone,
on YouTube.
what I admire about him is that, like, I write him a couple of times, and he is doing such a fantastic job in collecting data from all these shows and post them on YouTube. Something like what John from Queens is doing. And you know what? When we all left this world, his work will be there for all of us to see.
That's right. Bibi, Rita, good night to you. Bibi Singh, how you doing? Veronica Jaglal, good night to you. And Rita Singh, thank you guys very much for always love and support. Veronica wrote, teamwork make dream work. Maria Harris, good night to you. Roxanne Walker, good night to you. And teamwork, I should say, some folks don't like teamwork because they always like to take the lights and the shadows off of one person, but we love working together.
Apache, don't play, because guess what? You might be the first one I'm going to ask to donate $500. So I know you got some guap. So you will have to, don't play on this page here and think you're not going to donate. You will have to donate to our cause too. And I know Shanaz always talk about good things about you. So I know we have like at least $100 from you starting. Well, we're going to get you, don't worry.
Start that bit off. Sandra Singh, good night to you. Usha Azimola, good night, good night. Rita Singh, thank you for your motivation as well as all your inspirational words. Kamini Ramnath, how you doing? Happy holidays and blessed 2020 coming your way from Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken every Monday right here on Island Zone Radio. DJ, let's go, and we'll be right back on Island Zone Radio. Keep it locked.
In my class, for my grades to pass, not thinking my life will start, yeah. Then just come to class, and the question asked, if I pass my job by these days. When I tell she yes, she push out she chest. It was late for me to confess. Looking, sitting in my class, for my grades to pass, not thinking my life will start, yeah. Then just come to class, and the question asked, if I pass my job by these days. When I tell she yes, she push out she chest. It was late for me to confess. Look the miss, she asked me for my phone number, but then I owe it for my motor car. Look the miss, she asked me for my phone number, but then I owe it for my motor car. Miss, hey, sit down by my side. Miss, hey, come and take a ride. Miss, hey, don't start the money. Miss, I'm running with CNG. It was an even trade for me to get good grade, and Miss Gas bring no taxi again. When the engine start, it's the soul she had in my front seat. She
Mina Jaglal, good night to you. Underground South, good
since I
night,
get
good
the
night.
license, you buy a free lesson how to multiply. She explained. Look the miss, she asked me for my phone number, but then I owe it for my motor car. Look the miss, she asked me for my phone
present guy.
Lord Father, now I have to go and start a whole new school now.
Master Salim in the building. He should be here on Island Zone Radio pretty soon. Mr. Kenneth Rampasad, take it away.
So, Lena, I want to say thank you very much for your comment. And I want to say, she said, I'm the first one to say hello to all of you guys. Let's continue to be good friends all in the show. And Lena, I have to be very honest with you. Let it continue be this way. A lot of times, if I say that, you know what, we all come from different places and different parts of the world. We will not agree with each other sometimes. Not everything I say or Shanaz say or John Namat say.
Personal.
Yes. We can disagree. We can agree to disagree, and we don't have to fight with each other. We can say, you know what? Okay, let it. Not every garbage that we see pass by, we're gonna pick it up. Not every comment you see that's bad, you're gonna address it. Let some of them go, because you know what, when I look at all of you guys and I read your comment, I always look and see something that's really positive that you guys are trying to say and trying to do and help each other out. And as the new year 2020 is coming, let's look at it the same way, that you know what, let's be good and let's be kinder to each other. Like what I'm so glad, and Shanaz and myself, we come on the show week after week, and guess what, we seldom, like I would call Shanaz, she'll pick up the phone, I'll say, can we say this or can we say that? I mean, I ask in a nice way, and she would say, can we do this? Or she would send me something, and we very rarely, probably not even one time, we really disagree on things. And even sometimes we disagree, and I'm just going to put that there. You know what? We are two adults, and
you
we
have your own opinion.
And even to that, if we're going to come and tell you guys, you know, all these nice things, I want Shanaz and myself, week after week, to portray, to live good behind the scene. And like Shanaz could call me and said, Ken, you know what, I'm coming by you. Where you got to cook? Where you cook? Or like the other day, I said, I didn't even realize that she read my post. Okro, and she had Saijen, and a lot of different things. Yes, and I did enjoy it.
Mr. Farad Khan, Rocky, Mr. John Namat, he said, let's agree to disagree, and sometimes we have to just leave things there. You know, we don't carry it around. Maria Harris, good night to you. Happy and healthy 2020. Mr. Shabir Bash, good night to you. Maureen Ramchur and Diana Shivram. Auntie Nalini Naidu, Michael, good night to you. Let's go with a song, and we'll be right back to read some more greetings from Shanaz and Ken. Every Monday, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Rita saying good night to you, and she said, let's live in one love. That's right, Shabir Bax, good night to you. You know, we have a beautiful heart. We should spread some love.
That's right. We should probably come up with a song by Bob Marley, One Love. We're going to get that probably close.
That's right. Let's play One Love to bring you guys closer together in 2020. And remember, leave all the baggage by the door. All the bad stuff, leave it out for 2020.
And, you know, while our DJ is getting that song, I always like to compliment our friend. It was your friend, but now it's my friend too, Michael Nalidi Naidu. You know what I admire about them? They always look so sparkling and so well dressed, and they're both husband and wife together going out, and they always have a good time. Nalini always I see her dance a little bit too. That's a good thing, and that's how you keep the spark and the fire burning for each other.
That's right.
So
go out together and have fun.
They'll be a couple of
guys
years.
Are scared that they have to consult their wives before they make plans to go somewhere, but they decide to go places together, and they always have a fun night. Mr. Lalman Prasad, good night to you. Stanley Ramsaran, how you doing? Maria Harris, Rocky, Sanita Singh, good night to you. Mr. Shabir Baksh, Pamela Jedders, good night to you. She said, I'm grateful to become your friend on Facebook. Lucky to call you my sister. Thank you, Pamela. I do appreciate your friendship as well. And yes, it's going to be a blessed 2020 if we keep on thinking positive. Hey, Sherry Ramdiel, good night to you. Just call us on Facebook after our program. We'll reach out to you. The beautiful Auntie Nafiza Noor, good night to you. Ryan Prasad Fawaka. And whose birthday we're going to celebrate. Rita saying good night to you. Thank you very much. DJ, let's go.
You are listening to to Shanaz and Ken, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken here in New York. It's a beautiful day, and we're all fired up, Shanaz, for the new year.
Sanita Singh, it was awesome seeing you. You're always very supportive, beautiful person indeed. Gina Manger, good night to you. We love all our viewers and all our friends out there. Love to you guys. Beautiful song titled One Love, because that's all we have to give is love, and
it's
more
free.
love. Love
It's free.
is free. Give it away.
being here. Alright. Dance and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Almost there. Let's get together to fight as holy and a Gideon. One love. So when the man comes, there will be no doom. One song. Have pity on those whose chances grow ten. There ain't no hiding place from the Father of creation. Saying, one love. What about the one love? What about the let's get together and feel alright? I'm fleeing to mankind. One love. One love. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. Let's get together and feel alright. Give thanks and praise to the Lord, and I will feel alright. So let's come and get together.
Let's give some praise and thanks for being here, being alive, and being healthy. Every day we're alive, it's a blessing, you know.
Absolutely. Anything, and like I said before, anytime you above the ground, it's good. I see Sandra Kishore. Thank you for tuning in and for watching this program. It's always good to have you. And Sandra Kishore is such a positive person too. I know you guys see her online, so you can always trust her. Rita Singh says, great teamwork, and I wish you and Shanaz nothing than making the world a better one and to help our beautiful country of Guyana. We will try to do that. It's in our heart to help build Guyana in our own kind of a way.
That's right. Hey, Chandra Sams, good night to you. Nadia Molchan, how you doing? Rita Singh, that is one of our favorite songs too. Mr. Shabir Baksh is very good at doing karaoke when it comes to that song. Antina Lini, thank you very much.
And you know, Nadia Mulchan is a registered nurse, and she lives in Barbados. She's Guyanese. I know her very personally.
So we'd like to wish someone a very special birthday from
Ravo.
Shanaz and Ken.
It's Geeta's brother Ravo birthday tomorrow, so we'll cut a cake for him. I see your friend Mr. Lalman Prasad. He said Happy New Year to both of you, and Happy New Year to you and your family. Lalman, wish you all the very best and a prosperous New Year.
Hey, Sandra Kishore, good night to you. Best wishes for 2020 as well. Mr. Mahabir from Mahabir Records, good night to you. One love going out to each and every one of you, spreading some positivity. We all have a beautiful heart. Use it, make use of it, and share some love, some laughter, some joy with someone. And remember to be a better neighbor, a better friend.
That's
someone
right.
to listen to as much as you know you could talk.
That's right. And I see Rajin Narayan. Thank you very much for watching our program. I see the time now is 10 o'clock. I see your friend, oh yes, Mahabir Records. Well, thank you very much, sir, for tuning in to this program, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken.
What's on our mind tonight is about the little girl giving birth, a 13-year-old girl. That's very sad. Sugar's Bar and Lounge. Hey guys, good night, good night. Rocky, good night to you. Rita Singh, thank you very much. And we wish you and your family a prosperous, blessed and prosperous 2020. Hey Pamela Jetters, good night to you. Sandra Kishore, how you doing? Good night.
Diana Shiram, thank you very much for always tuning into our program too. And to the beautiful Maria Harris, a Bibi Hack, always our regular listener on the program.
Hey Kalila, how you doing? Thank you very much. Rocky, thank you very much. Let's play a nice song, a very romantic song. Let's see if the DJ know one of my favorite songs. Is it Kali Salam?
I know your song, I know.
And I believe this DJ know all my favorite songs, so we'll play one of my selection, then one of Ken's selection. For you guys, thank you for locking on to Island Zone Radio, Shanaz Musical Sensation every Thursday, and that's where I play all my favorite dance song and love song.
That's right. I know Maria Harris, she loved Kali Salams, and a lot of our viewers love Kali Salam. So to all of you beautiful viewers, this song is for all of you and Shanaz.
And I also love Be Mahi. I watched that movie the other night, and when you think you're watching a romantic movie, it's something for couple. a movie for couple because it has a little bit of a romance and song and a lot of action for you guys. So if you want to sit down with your girlfriend or your wife and watch a movie,
You talking about that, Shanaz? So then I'm off every Saturday, so I should get that movie
it's
and watch it
found
in bed
movie night,
with
you
Gita.
know. That's right. It's movie night. You don't have to go out and watch movie out.
Right.
Order some dinner, put on an Indian movie, and get some bonding going on.
You know, and I have to big up Mr. Alvin Ramsroop. This guy, I don't know him,
Underground
but
sound,
he's always
very
positive.
supportive, and he says, SMS Shanaz musical sensation to the world, so share the link. Sharing is free.
And B Diamond is doing a very good job with him and Apache Warrior in Guyana too. So we want to acknowledge you guys. We are a team and we play a different role and different part to make Guyana a better place.
That's right. And sharing some love and, you know, just some encouragement words for someone might make a difference. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. V Mahi, Maria Harris, how are you doing? Let's go. Love is in the air and love is always in the air for each and every one of you on Island Zone Radio.
Varshini on.
Special good night to beautiful Varshini.
तुमसे मिलके मैंने जाना इश्क क्या मोहब्बत क्या भूल बैठा सब कुछ मैं तो दिन क्या रात क्या चाहत में खाली सलाम दुआ मुलाकात में चेहरे की रंगत बदल रही है तेरी सोहबत में खाली सलाम दुआ मुलाकात में चेहरे की रंगत बदल रही है तेरी सोहबत में ये तूने क्या किया ये तूने क्या किया डूबा मैं दिल की जन्नत में खाली सलाम दुआ मुलाकात में चेहरे की रंगत बदल रही है तेरी सोहबत में जो खालीपन था जो सूना मन था वो खिल उठा है जाने खुदा बदल रहा है हर एक मौसम बेचैन दिल का जाने खुदा जाने खुदा जाने खुदा तुमसे मिलके मैंने जाना जोश क्या जुनू है क्या भूल बैठा सब कुछ मैं तो चैन क्या सुकून है क्या चाहत में खाली सलाम दुआ मुलाकात में चेहरे की रंगत बदल रही है तेरी सोहबत में खाली सलाम दुआ मुलाकात में चेहरे की रंगत बदल रही है तेरी सोहबत में
Love, love, and more love on Island Zone. Shanaz, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. And Tina Fizanur, good night to you. And we'll love to play you more romantic songs, especially if you're in bed.
I thought Apache Warrior married. He said, this song make you want to marry. You mean married again?
Well, I think, you know, it's a new year, 2020. I think I might tie the knot too, Ken.
Really?
It's about time. Nanda Hemraj, good night to you. Wishing you and your family a prosperous 2020.
And if you guys, Nafisa Noor is the mother of our good friend of our show, Roshan.
That's right, Roshan and Vishan Shifteran, good night. Pamela Jedders, how you doing? Mr. John Namat, good night. No, Ken is not singing. He was singing earlier and it started to rain. So
yes, I see Esther watching all the way from Aruba, Dutch Island, enjoying the music. Thank you for tuning in, Esther.
Good night to each and every one of you. Mr. Shabir Bax will play some more romantic song on the beautiful rainy Monday night in NYC. Ryan, good night to you. Good night to John Namat and John from Queens. Hore Sankar, good night to you. Mr. John Hassan Khan. Robert Tikaram, how you doing? Asif, good night to you. Dave Satej, good night, good night. Mr. JP Suku, good night to you. And my good friend from Holland, Mr. Prakash, good night to you. We love you guys for keeping us entertained as well every Monday right here on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken Facebook Live.
Yes, guys, we do enjoy having you on our program week after week, and we want to say thank you so much for tuning in and for keeping our company. And it's a pleasure for us to keep your company.
My handsome cousin in Toronto, good night to you, Fazal Khan. John Nama, thank you very much, and we hope to see you guys pretty soon. Mr. Shabir Bax, good night. He said, yes, better tie that knot. So 2020, guys, we're getting older. It's time to tie that knot. Mr. Fazal Khan, hint, hint. Auntie Nafiza Noor, John Nama, thank you very much. And I think I'll tie the knot 2022. It's about time.
That's right. And when you type it, love, nothing beat that, right?
That's right. Mr. Ganesh Pandey, good night to you. Hey, Gopal Budu, good night. Mary Ann Lou, Rocky, good night. Naomi Budram, how you doing? Guru Vic, good night, good night. Ginny Ramroop, Tina, good night to Sandra Prasad, Roshni David, Veronica Jaglal, and Mr. Ganesh Pandey is loving our show. Isaac Ramcharan, good night to you. Bibi Dubey, how you doing? Pandit Dave Prasad, good night to you. Mukesh Prasad, good night to you. Shanaz Gafoor, Shanta Rafi, Corey Singh, good night. Chris Singh from Skeldon, good night to you. Jerry Boslal, how you doing? Leela Motiram, Mohammed Derek, good night to you.
I see Bibi Ali, thank you very much for tuning in. I see Mario says good night, Jean. Lina is back with us. Thank you very much for watching. I see Miss Nafiza Noor is in her bed, and that's the best place to be, and cover up and listen to Shanaz and Ken on this beautiful Monday evening.
Hey, Jerry Bosal, good night to you. Audra Singh, Siva Sankar, Leela Motiram, good night, good night. Mr. Johnny Lal, how you doing? Apache Warrior, Maria Harris, Navin, good night to you. Thank you for all your help and all your love 24/7. Girly Prasad, Sharon Bacchus, thank you guys. Tavani Nutaram, Bibi Muhammad, that is my beautiful mom, my number one supporter, my encouraging mom. Bibi Muhammad, good night to you. Love you more.
I see Mary Ann Lou all the way from Canada tuning in. Thank you so much. I see Rakia, always good to have her on. Nanda Hemraj, thank you, my dear. And Usha Azimola, always good to have you on. Sandra, thank you very much. Roshani David, as you said, it's good to have you on too. Mr. Hussein, beautiful song, and I know he knew all the meaning for these songs.
Abdul Hassan, Sabida Ragnal, how you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Joy Rambaran, Denise Babulal from the Sunshine State, good night to you. Not forgetting our friend Kelvin Elo, he said he'll be at the Gemini Lounge tonight. Somebody want a replay of Headshot, that's Mr. Ravi B. Headshot. Roshni David, good night to you. Rajiv wanted a replay of Headshot, but our DJ has V. Mahi lined up next. Love is in the air and love for you guys. Safrad Saeed, good night to you. Hey Sabai Hussein, how you doing? Auntie Nafiza Noor, Rita Singh, good night, and let's play a song to put you in that romantic mood. Muhammad Ali, good night to you. Hey Rambo, good night. Kalamadine, how you doing? And the beautiful Auntie Rosanna Bumad, good night to you. Not forgetting Alan Gopi from Florida. Kumar Srinarayan was live on the radio earlier. I was listening to him on the radio in Trinidad. Abdul, thank you very much. Imran Khan, good night to you. DJ, let's go. Linai, good night to you.
I bet you didn't know what's gonna happen here.
Someone said be Mahi.
Karma, I'm crazy. Oh Mahi, oh Mahi, Mahi, mainu chandiyo na, kitne din dil mein lagna. Chitne bittu chalna hai, Mahi main tere piche piche सकती नहीं मैं जी सकता नहीं कोई दूसरी मैं शर्ता भी रखता नहीं तेरे बातों मेरा सचिया मोहब्बत दे वही किते और नहीं मिलना तेरी तू चलना मैं तेरे पीछे पीछे चलना माही रे माही Boosty, all part of my bass heavy. Man a half and man a boosty. Bring a camera rhythm like a country. Boosty, house on the country. My music so loud you can't hear me. Some boys them can't test me. I'm a magical girl. बच्चे तेरे यारा मालूम है आँखों से आँखों वाली गली गली धड़कन दिल दिए तुम पहचाने तू मेरा है मैं हूँ तेरी अब दिए जाने तू सकी भी नहीं मेरा सकता नहीं तेरे दिल यार और की दे सकता नहीं क्या तेरे बाँचो मेरा Everybody रंग तेरा चढ़ना के हुड़ कोई रंग नहीं चलना सचिया मोहब्बत दे वही किते और नहीं मिलना हो माही रे माही Boosty, all part of my bass heavy. Man a half and man a boosty. Bring a camera rhythm like a country. Boosty, house on the country. My music so loud you can't hear me. Some boys them can't test me. I'm a magical girl. Mahi mainu chahiyo na ke tere din mein dil nahi lagna. Jitte bhi tu chalna hai mahi main tere पीछे चलना सकती नहीं मैं भी सकता नहीं कोई दूसरी मैं शर्ता भी रखता नहीं क्या तेरे बाँचो मेरा सचिया मोहब्बत दे वही किते और नहीं मिलना तेरी तू चलना मैं तेरे पीछे पीछे चलना पीछे चलना माही रे माही Boosty, all part of my bass heavy. Man a half and man a boosty. Bring a camera rhythm like a country. Boosty, house on the country. My music so loud you can't hear me. Some boys them can't test me. I'm a magical girl.
Anna B, Ravi B, Nisha B, we should run Karma Crazy.
It's Karma Crazy by Ravi B and Nisha B. Rocky, pull up. That's right, beautiful song indeed. Miss Alvin Ramroob, good night, good night. And you know, we all could sing a little bit if you give yourself a chance. Debbie Sanani, good night. You Shannon Backers, how you doing? Read this thing, good night. Good night to you. Good night to each and every one of you. Hafiza Yasin, good night to you. Thank you for joining us on Island Zone Radio. Chit Chat with Shanaz Ken is on every Monday live on Facebook. Hey, Nanda Hemrod, good night to you. Priya Harris, pleasant good night to you. Usha Azmola, good night, good night. That is Mr. Rafi B for you, Usha. Hey, Fizal Khan, good night to you. And I hope you enjoy our love song on the radio, on Facebook Live. Shamra, good night to you. Debbie Sanani, how you doing?
Yes, good night to Deo Singh, all the way from Barbados. Thank you for listening. And I see Shamrock join. Thank you very much, sir. Debbie, thank you. Debbie, you know, Debbie is always such a pleasant person to have as a friend, but I know her for a long time, over 30 years. What a pleasant soul.
Sandra Kishore, good night to you and your beautiful sister Sarv and her husband that's leaving for Greece. I hope they enjoy their vacation. Rita saying good night to you. Maria Harris, thank you. Nanda Hemraj, thank you, thank you. Love is in the air. Biggie Ali, love for each and every one of you. If you have love, share it. Someone might need it more than you. Alvin Ramsey, good night to you.
if Trinity Church is watching, we want to say thank you very much for always tuning into our program here in Queens.
Boasty. Call part, I'm a bass heavy. Man a half from the man a boasty. Bring a camera rhythm like a touch.
Well, good night, beautiful Razia Hussein.
My music so loud you can't hear me. Some boys them can't test me. I'm on a magical journey.
दिल विच तेरे यारा मैनू रहने दे आँखों से आँखों वाली गल कहने दे धड़कन दिल दिए धुन पहचाने तू मेरा है मैं हूँ तेरी रब दिए जाने
पूरे सकती नहीं मेरा सकता नहीं तेरे बिन यार और पीते सकता नहीं क्या तेरे बाँचों मेरा
2, 1
Everybody! रंग तेरा चढ़िया फेंके हुर कोई रंग नयो चलना सचिया मोहब्बत दे माही किते और नयो मिलना हो माही दे
Thank you, Ram Hiralal, for watching all the way from Canada.
Boasty, boasty. Call part, I'm a bass heavy. Man a half from the man a boasty. Bring a camera rhythm like a touch. Boasty, house on the coast. My music so loud you can't hear me. Some boys them can't test me. I'm on a magical journey. Mahi mainu champion na ke tere bin dil nahi lagna. Chitte pichu chalna hai mahi main tere piche piche chalna.
Good night. Good night, Razia Hussein.
सकता नहीं कोई दूसरी में शरता भी रखता नहीं क्या तेरे बाजों मेरा
2, 1
Replay for all you lovers out there by Mr. Ravi B and the beautiful Nisha B. That's right. Hey, Mr. Shabir Baksh, good night to you and all the wonderful viewers locked on to Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken on Facebook Live every Monday. Thursday is a brand new session of Shanaz Musical Sensation in a brand new studio, the SMS studio. Hey, Matthew Abraham, good night to you. Rocky, thank you very much. We love you guys as much as you love us. Thank you for making our Monday a little bit more special. We look forward every Monday and being here,
That's
sharing
right.
a night with you guys. You know, every Monday night, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken on Facebook Live.
That's right, guys. We always
And on
appreciate
a
you.
positive note, while we were there on our show Saturday night, we had a chit chat with Master Salim and Mr. Omardath Maraj, who want to spread some word and some awareness of what's going on, not just in Guyana, but around the world, also in Trinidad. So, guys, take a listen to Mr. Omardath Maraj and Master Salim. We'll be right back.
A tree, right? 1, 2, 3.
Hey yo, this is Master Salim, the original Master Blaster, all the way from Trinidad and Tobago alongside.
My name is Omardath Maraj, and guess what, guys? We here to tell you about stop the suicide, stop domestic violence. We live in peace and with family. Try and promote it, guys. Take care of your sister, take care of your brothers. Salim.
Love starts with you. Love yourself. Don't wait for somebody else to love you. You need to love you. I love you. You love you. I love you.
And you know this song? Family, it's all about family, guys. Take care of your mom, take care of your dad. Don't fight for land, don't fight for house. Life is short. So you stop the domestic violence, stop beating our sisters, stop beating our brothers, take care of our kids, and be safe. Okay, Happy New Year 2020. Love you.
Love. Wait.
It's all about family right here. Every Monday, Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken, spreading some good words, some positive notes when it comes to suicide and abuse in Guyana and Trinidad. We have artists bringing some awareness. That's Master Salim and Omardath Maraj. That was there Saturday. But as much as they were ready to rock the stage, they stopped. They took a minute out of their time to talk to us about what's going on around the world. So remember, love starts with yourself. Love yourself, love your brothers and sisters, and remember, watch out for others.
That's right, and it speaks volumes this is two big artists all the way from Trinidad, and had to stop. They stop and send this message out for Shanaz and myself, and it's a good thing because you know what, Shanaz, we are so lucky and to have some great singers and some people in our society who are supporting us and our viewers in the fight for suicide and domestic violence in Guyana and around the world. So that's a good thing, and we say thank you very much, guys.
That's right, and we have a lot more things coming up right here on Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. All the artists, you know, they're working on a beautiful collaboration titled One Love, the West Indian style version of that song. Hey, Sandra Kishore, good night to you. Dina Ramroop, how you doing? She said, very nice. Love start within yourself and then it ends with you. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. Ryan Jeffrey, how you doing? Rocky, Alvin Ramsaroop. Ryan Prasad Fawaka, to you. Our DJ has another song. We want to put you in the best of mood as we get ready for tomorrow night. What is tomorrow night?
That's Ole's night, Shanaz.
And Maria Harris said she enjoyed Master Salim. He did rock the stage, you know.
Yes.
He started taking off from his jacket to his
Yes.
second piece of clothing. Thank God he had one shirt left on, because then it will be a rated R show.
Oh Lord.
But then it was a rated R show because it was 21 and over, you know.
That's right. That's right.
Usha Azimola, good night to you. Rocky, thank you very much. Debbie Sanasi, Dia Roy, Maria Harris, Nanda Hemraj, DJ Fest, let's go.
Some are scared to be alone and lonely, but being alone could mean you are free. Do as you want, do as you please. Sometimes you need a break from everybody. I am so happy, I have nobody. I have wings to fly, so don't worry about me. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Somebody, think about you first than anybody. Working so hard to make ends meet. Just take a deep breath and you will be free. I am so happy, I have nobody. I have wings to fly, so don't worry about me. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done. Take a real shot and pass it when you're done. Take a headshot and pass it till it's done.
he who made that stage so hot last Saturday. He took his shirt off. That's right.
I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She doesn't.
Well, Mr. K, I have a good message for you guys coming up 2020.
She only want me for one thing. I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one thing. Stop what you're doing and girl.
Well, stop what you're doing and curl. But remember, if you're cooking, stop what you're doing and cook. Well, it's good to cook and dance a little bit. Rodney, how you doing? Rita Singh, thank you very much. Usha and Mola is making lamb cook up, so then we'll definitely have to take you back to Wisconsin. Good night to the beautiful Barbara Singh. Thank you, Rocky. Thank you very much. Rita Singh, thank you guys very much. Dancing is the very best exercise.
That's right. That's right.
Laughter is the best medicine. So guys, with those two together, you'll have a prosperous 2020. Nanda Hemorrhage, all is whole. That's right.
We don't want me misbehave tonight, but we take care of misbehave.
Cause I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry.
I am ready.
She don't want a house or a wedding.
Season greetings are going out to everyone from Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant, 107th Street and Liberty Avenue.
I don't have no money.
And thank you for loving our show.
Ryan, good night to you. Thank you, Uncle Ramesh, Usha, Zimola, Razia Hussein, good night to you.
Does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one
Well,
thing.
thank you very much.
Stop what you're doing, girl.
Rock you. Roddy, thank you very much, my dear.
Well, I decide to play along. Was like a story from a chutney song. Guys, when I understand that she had other plans, that one I know for sure. I know that I was happy. Some people saying I lucky. They don't know how I find she the best kind of woman for me. Cause I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one thing. I don't have no money. She tell me don't worry. She don't want a house or a wedding. She does only call me for one thing. I say she only want me for one thing. Turn up all your hand. Turn up all your hand. Stop what you're doing and curl.
Stop what you're doing and curl. So guys, everyone need to see you curl. Show them how you were dancing last Saturday.
You know what? I get old now, but I was a good dancer. In fact, talk about that. I went many years ago when I was a student nurse in Linden to dance at a party, at a bar. And when I finished dancing, this black girl says, "Oh my God, that Indian boy could dance," because I could really dance. But I get old now.
He still got a few moves.
I still do, yes.
Yeah, he was dancing Saturday. Rajiv, good night to you. Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant, good night to you. 107th Street and Liberty Avenue. Season greetings and a blessed and prosperous new year from Chit Chat with Shanaz Ken live on Facebook every Monday. Debbie Sanati, good night to you. We'll have him curling up one day for you guys. Mrs. John Namad, she only wants you for one thing, that is to stop and curl. As they say, dancing is the best exercise. So get a partner and go dancing tonight.
You got to do it twice. La 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 la.
Well, Nanda Hemorrhage, I also love Big Well fish and bread. I take it for lunch sometimes, and yes, it's delicious.
I have to probably go try then. Big Well.
Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant. And I'm getting all their egg ball, fish cakes, and hey, their jerk chicken.
Everybody happy. Baby in the party.
And hey, where did I get my fresh bread from?
Big Well, eh?
That's right, for all the pepper pot, it's Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant. I walk in here Saturday, and I always seem to get the freshest of pastries and bread straight out of the oven. The guys know me there, so when I go, they'll bring me fresh bread that they're actually just putting out. On a daily basis, they have fresh pastries and bread.
So I know what to do next time. When I want fresh stuff and good stuff, I go to Big Well and I'll tell him, listen, I am Shanaz co-host.
And charge him extra. Pint Heart, cheese roll, egg ball, fish cake. Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant, 107th Street and Liberty Avenue.
Thanks and praise to the master for the chutney and soca. Hey, everybody! Hey, look the vetted! Yo, chutney soca! Hey, soca sounding! Hey, all the galleon! Hey, all the food serve! Hey, carnivalers! Hey, hey, hey!
Chutney soca nice, like curry, shrimp and rice. God bless this chutney soca, food and love forever. Music have no color, like a shining star forever. Chutney soca nice.
Chutney soca is nice, and as they say, age is just a number, right, guys? Ken does have some good moves, and it's all about your state of mind. You know, if you don't go out and get social sometimes, you might feel old, but Ken doesn't feel a day over 21.
That's right. I don't feel old, and so I'm so grateful at 55 to look as good as I do and to do all the things I wanted to do at 55.
And not forgetting that you stop sometimes. Most of the time, you pause and you enjoy life. You enjoy yourself because you know what? You don't know what tomorrow have planned for us.
That's true, Shanaz. And like I said, I always like to look at things in a positive way. And, you know, like someone was asking me, Ken, how you manage to, because, you know, I work with difficult clients who come out of jail, who do detox, who rob people and all these kind of things. And so one of the things I do, I always look at the glass, like you said, Shanaz, always look at the glass half full. I'm glad I have a job. And I thank God for all the good things that come my way. And I really do look at life in a positive way, in a positive note, and it really does help. I cannot say every day, you know what, oh my God, I gotta wake up and do it. No, I am grateful I have a job, and I'm grateful that I don't take the bus and the train and so on, but just to drive into work. I get to listen to all the songs I want to listen. I also get to practice my voice for when I come on the radio here. So nobody get to listen to me then when I get to talk, you know what I'm saying?
It's Ken alone in his car driving,
right.
one-on-one with Ken. That's, you know, Maria Harris, good night to you. Nanda Hemraj, thank you very much. Usha Azimullah, how you're doing? Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant. Get all your orders for New Year's Eve party. I'll be going there for some spicy fried rice. Usha Azimullah, thank you very much. Rocky, Mr. John Namat. Yes, she only like you for Big Well. And it's big and it's a well. Rita Singh, thank you very much. Yes, Farad Khan, that is King Khan from, hey, is it India? Number one Khan, that is Farad Khan. Maureen, great, good night. Tony Ali, good night to you and your beautiful family. Let's enjoy the new year with some more love in our hearts and contentment, not forgetting appreciation.
And you know what I like though, that to have you know, people like Big Well and so on to join our program. So people like that, what I do, I probably would leave 213th Street and go drive to his place just to buy something because he is supportive to our show, if you know what I mean. That's
right. Mr. Deo Moti, good night to you. Rita Singh, thank you very much. Debbie Sanasi, good night. Rajit Rajnarayan. And whose birthday are we celebrating in the studio tomorrow? We'll have to save a slice of cake for you guys. So yes, we're all getting hungry now. So good guys, we'll play one more song the DJ have lined up for you. The youngest DJ we have in the studio tonight. And we will leave you on that note. See you guys Thursday. And speaking of Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant, you could pick up your calendars, the Shanaz Musical Sensation calendars, which was there on Saturday. Go and pick it up. And I know Farad Khan loved their beef fried rice. So guys, get the spicy beef fried rice from Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant. Rajaj, good night to you. DJ, let's go.
A long, long time ago, on graduation day, you handed me your book. I signed this way, roses are red, my love, violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you.
Lots of singers in our studio know sugar
We
is sweet, but never as
dated
sweet as you are.
through high school.
Shamrules, good night to you.
And
Razia
when
Hussain.
the big day came, I wrote into your book next to my name. Roses are red, my love. Violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love, but not as sweet as you. As sweet as you. Then I went far away and you found someone new. I read your letter, dear, and I wrote back to you. Roses are red, my love. Violets are blue. Sugar is sweet, my love. Good luck, may God bless you. God bless you. Is that your little girl? She looks a lot like you. Some days
Roses are red and violets are blue, but hey, sugar, it could never be sweet as you. Farad Khan, good night to you. Rita Singh, how you doing? Kamra Chico, good night, good night. Rocky, how you doing? Rajana, good night to you. We have a special birthday song going out for each and every one of you celebrating your birthday right here. Let's chit chat with Shanaz and Ken every Monday. Hey, John Namat, good night to you. Usha Azimullah, Nanda Hemraj, good night to you. Happy birthday to Ravo, coming from Shanaz and Ken. Do enjoy. And if you're celebrating your birthday, Mr. Roshan Ramnarayan, happy birthday to you. Let's go.
Everybody get around, show that they care. Cut the cake and give me a beer. Time to have my share. Jam the music, give me a chat. It's time for me to dance, 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 da 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 dance. Hip hip hip. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hey Janamdin tera, hey Janamdin tera, hey Janamdin, hey Janamdin, hey Janamdin tera. Everybody feeling tight, and the woman looking nice. Wine up on them once already, but they want it twice.
Roshan Ramnarayan, special birthday greetings are going out to you. And Roshan, Safi, happy birthday. Hey Ravo, happy birthday to you.
Wine, 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 wine. Wow, 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 wine. Hip, hip, hip. Happy birthday to you.
Special birthday greetings are coming from Terry, Gadraj, our own Guyana, Babu, Bibi, Farida, Yasin, good night to you. Sandra Kishore, good night.
Happy birthday to you. Hey Janamdin tera, hey Janamdin tera, hey Janamdin, hey Janamdin, hey Janamdin tera. It's birthday time, put your hand on your hip and wine, wine. Birthday time, put your hand on your hip and wine, wine. Hip, 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 move.
happy birthday to you and best wishes too. Your loving family, they throw you a birthday party.
Every day is a good day to celebrate with your loved ones. Surround yourself with positive folks who make you laugh and add some value to your being. And if you know you're surrounded by negative folks, cut them off as we end 2019, approaching 2020 with a brand new aspect on a brand new site.
That's right, guys. As we are heading to 2020, keep your mindset in a positive way. And like Shanaz says, you know what, if you have people, all they do is bring you down, talk bad about you in a negative way, guess what? You need to drop them. You want people in your life who can uplift you, who can help you, and to help you fly and do bigger things in life.
And motivate you to be the best you could be. Rocky, good night to you. Big Well Bakery and Halal Restaurant. I believe we need some lamb pepper pot coming up tomorrow. Rita Singh, thank you guys very much. Good night to Rajnarayan, how you doing? Good night to each and every one of you. Robert Ram, thank you very much. Good night to each and every one of you locked on to Facebook Live. Chit Chat with Shanaz and Ken. Sandra Kishore, good night to you. Usha Azimullah, let them go, she said. Let them go as we start a brand new year. Bring positivity to yourself, to your mindset, and everyone else around you. 2020, we wish you and your family a blessed and prosperous 2020.
Nasbak, I want to say thank you for tuning in, and I want to say thank you so much to all of you who tune in on a weekly basis. Thank you so much, and all the very best for 2020. We have great things planned for you guys,
That's
Shanaz
right.
and myself.
And I know Nasbak will be celebrating her birthday, so on behalf of Shanaz and Ken, happy birthday to you. We look forward in celebrating with you. Maybe tomorrow night, it's going to be Epic Lounge. That's right, Epic Lounge. The party will be Mr. Shabir Baksh. Good night to you. Clean house. It's always good to clean house when it comes to your friends and people around you. Drop the negative folks, the folks who don't add any value to your being or to your personality.
And I want to say thanks to Shabir Baksh. He's the guy who runs No Janjat Group. Thank you for sharing our program on your show, your page. And I want to tell you guys, although we finished the program tonight, I want you to continue to share our program so that other people can view it on daily
Whether
basis.
we're just making you smile or we're having fun, love is in the air, and love is always in the air, especially when you have love and appreciation for yourself. You could share that. If you don't have love, you don't have anything to share. Debbie Sanasi, good night to you. Maria Harris, thank you guys for all the love. Jasmat Ramatan, how you doing? Share love. It's an easy gift to give. And remember, appreciation goes a far way. I believe our DJ have another song as we bid you guys farewell for this Monday. Tomorrow is cleaning day. What are we cleaning? Our friends list, our Facebook list, our houses, Nalini, good night. Let's go. Oh my goodness. What you know? The DJ have my tune. Let's go as we bust a wine to Sham Sundar starting 2020 on the note. Let's go.
शाम सुंदर गगरी उठावे हमारे गले मोंगे के माला शाम सुंदर गगरी उठावे हमारे गले मोंगे के
That's absolutely correct. And I said, if you have to drink, drink responsibly. You know, you would take a shot here and there. I really don't. I don't see myself drinking a lot, especially honey. Probably one beer or two, and that's about it.
That's right. Occasionally, a glass of wine is good enough. But I know folks, especially we had a cop who came by our unit and he was talking to me and he said, you know, Shanaz, Guyanese men drink a lot, and it was kind of embarrassing to, you know, he's like, in our precinct there's so much violence, and all the time he sees Guyanese men on Liberty Avenue drinking a lot. Guys, if you know someone is drinking, help them to cut back on the drinking. Bibi Farida Yasin, good night to you. Rajan Nimnat, Rocky, thank you very much. We're going to be doing headshot as well with Mr. Rafi B. Mr. Shabir Baksh, good night to you. Nanda Hemraj, thank you very much. I'll allow Ken to get out of this chair when we say good night so he could bust a wine. With lots of love and positivity, spread some love, and yes, ease up on the drinking. For those of you who feel like you might need some help, this is a good time to say it's a new year.
That's right.
Cut back just a little bit, not a lot, but cut back a little bit on your drinking.
Yes, Robert, Ram, a little alcohol is good, but guess what? Too much of one thing is good for nothing. So guess what? It's no good. Too much drinking.
It's good for
Let's
your
go.
heart and bad for your liver.
That's right. Your liver has to get rid of all this alcohol.
So guys, enjoy your night. Blessed and prosperous New Year to each and every one of you. We'll see you. Well, Ken and myself will be here next Monday in God's will. And you know, every day that we're alive is a blessing. So give thanks today. Show some gratitude. And remember to pray a little bit more to the Almighty in 2020. We're all here. We're all safe. And some of us might have health issues. But you know, prayer does give you a little bit of peace of mind. So until next time, take care of yourself. God bless. All the best. Take care.
Good night. Love you guys.
Lots of love to each and every one of you.
They calling him Ram Singh Sharma. Mr. Raymond. They calling him Bring Back. They calling him.
Well, pick up the DJ Vic from Toronto.
From Sawa.
Ram Singh Sharma, the Philly drum from Sawa. He have
Don't drink and drive.
with the sister. They buy visa to take him to Canada. One give him house, one give him a motor car.